VCBRO, Virginia Bigfoot Conference sponsors. Sponsored and promoted by Legit Paranormal.
And with that being said, everybody, welcome to Bigfoot Zone ECVRO. We have our special guest, a real good friend of mine from the Agents of the Unexplained, Bill RIGBY. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great, Dan. How are yourself tonight, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Second podcast tonight. I was on one about an hour ago as a guest, and here I am hosting one now. So,
Hey, I'm doing a role reversal. I was hosting one for an hour and a half, and now I'm a guest. So we did a role reversal. So this is awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you're live. You're basically live almost every part of the evening after you're. Yeah. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And for those who are just now tuning in, I see the audience is slowly building up there. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please take advantage of that so you don't miss future episodes. That we do go live. We're every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At least we aim to go live every Friday night, unless something comes up. And also take advantage of this and share around. We'll share this around. We're going to talk with Bill. We're going to learn a little bit about Bill, and then we'll go from there. And I will try my best to watch the live chat. So if you have questions for Bill throughout the show, please don't hesitate. Throw your questions out there, and we'll try to address them. And I'll apologize in advance if I overlook or miss some. I'm famous for that, so don't hate me for that.
I know the feeling.
It just especially sometimes so many. Go ahead.
Before we get going, Dan, I want to say thank you very much for promoting my event that's going to be happening here in a couple months or about a month and a half. You're a great person, and I wanted to let everyone know that I really do appreciate everything you're doing.
Well, I love promoting, and especially looking out for my friends, and it's what I do. And by the way, your check's in the mail for saying that now. So I mean,
oh, here we go. I heard that story before.
I couldn't resist. I found the opportunity. I had to throw that out there. So it's definitely my pleasure, man. Especially this is your first time event. Actually, we could talk about that for a little bit here. That'd be great to start off with. A lot of people like to promote things towards the end. I have a habit of throwing things out there in the beginning. Let's talk about your event that's coming up on March 25th. So, go ahead.
Oh, well, all right. This, like you said, it's my first one, and you've done a lot of promoting, and that, believe me, that helped blow it up even bigger. But Brian and Terry Seach, I went to them for help to begin with, and they were awesome help. Believe me, they helped me get a bunch of vendors' names and explain how things should work and everything. So it was great help, because I just threw myself in under the bus on that one just to do it. And but now that it's all coming together, I have 6 different speakers lined up, which starts off with Brian and Terry Seach, James Krug, Jamie and Jenny King, Dan Hagman, Ed Kellman, and Mike Fallman. We're covering everything from the cryptid to the paranormal. And let me say what the event's called, too. It's Penn, Ohio Paranormal Conference. It's in Hermitage, Pennsylvania at the Hickory VFW on March 25th. Right now I got over 32 tables worth of vendors coming.
Very awesome.
Yeah, and there it is right there. And my MC for tonight, Mike Hartman. And if anybody that follows on my page, the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project page, or the Agents of the Unexplained page, you can see me and Mike Hartman always dogging on each other. But he is, he's my brother from another mother and another father, thank goodness. But but we're really good friends, you know. From day one we met, we became real good friends. And he's a great researcher also, Bigfoot researcher. He definitely boots on the ground. And I got a lot of love and respect for him too. But, you know, I got a great group of speakers, a great group of vendors that covers a little bit of everything from authors of different books of the paranormal and cryptids, metaphysical. We got readers. We got people that does shirts. Speaking of shirts, here's our conference shirt. She got me one early. Thank goodness. I love it. She here, let me stand up a little bit.
There you go. Oh yeah, that looks great. That's really nice.
Yeah, Creative Minds designed these, and she'll be there. This lady, her mind's always going. It makes all kind of stuff. You know, we got them. We got other people. Where's the list? I got the list here. Drop of the Earth, they got different shirts and decals and scrunchies. We got Cryptid Headquarters coming.
Yes.
Yes, I'm so excited about that. We got Sibyl's, Metaphysical, Cryptovania TV, going to be doing live podcasts throughout the event. Goose Punk Paranormal. We got Ghost Chick. And let me tell you, I was on a ghost thing with her this past Monday. And which was my birthday, so that's sort of a birthday present to me. This woman's phenomenal as a ghost hunter. She really is. She really is. We got Paranormal Research Organization out of Freedom, PA. We got Solstice Night Sky Production, Christine Solstice. She's coming. Killer Bones. Crowtown Squatchers.
Oh yeah, they're good friends of mine.
Yeah. We got Haunted Hillview Manor coming up. That's from Lawrence County, PA. That used to be the county home. And it got so much mystery and ghosts and stuff in there. It's unreal. My mentor used to be a tour guide there. Jamie King, my mentor right there.
There you go. Yeah.
He is. He's my mentor. He has taught me so much in the Bigfoot world and the paranormal and sky watching. Phenomenal. He makes you understand things better. And that's why I call him my mentor.
Yeah. I had the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna make a quick mention. Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting Jamie and his wife. At the Morrell Fire Department. There, great people, very good people.
Yes, they are, and they they've helped me so much in my life in a short period of time. And I've seen the change in myself because of them and the way I look at things when I'm out. Because I've always been in the woods. I won't deny that. I've always been out in the woods. I was a hunter. You know, I enjoyed nature. But,
Oh yeah, for sure.
you know, I end up looking at things differently uh, because of them. Really, you know, that's the type of people they are. They can bring out the best in you. But, you know, with their experiences and that, and other ones that I associated myself with, and I became good friends with. In doing so, I've learned a lot about the Bigfoot world, the paranormal world. You know, some people look at me, oh, I thought you just liked Bigfoot. No, I cover a little bit of everything. That's why I started my Agents of the Unexplained.
Right.
Uh,
I like that name. How long have you like? Well, yeah, what made you come up with that, or how long have you had that name?
uh,
Agents.
a year,
A year. Okay.
a year.
Okay.
Friend of mine, and he's a big supporter of my group, which he, Norm Domack, he has Theta Blue Media or Theta Blue Wave Media. Uh, he helped me come up with the name. Put a bunch of names together and start rotating names in and out. We came up with that. Well, actually, I believe his wife Lisa did, but yeah, and it stuck. Right as soon as we saw it, it stuck. I said, that's got to be it. And that's what it became. And because everything's still unexplained, we're just trying to find out the answers. You know, even in the Bigfoot world, we're still looking for answers.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
you know, one of the first talks I gave, uh, I got up on stage and I go, who's all believes in Bigfoot? All these people raising their hands.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I went, okay, that's good. I go, I don't. And they all went, what? I go, I don't. I know. I saw one. And
Right.
changed the tune of everybody at there. And actually, this older gentleman, which I'm saying older because I just turned 64. He come up to me after the thing, and he had 2 sightings. He sent it to a different investigator in southwestern Pennsylvania, and the man never followed up on it. But he was there, and he listened to these other speakers, but he came to me for what I said. Yeah, they opened my talk up. That made me feel good. We're going to. I got the report. He mailed it to me. He doesn't do social media. I says, well, how did you know about this? He says, they advertised in the newspapers. That's why I came. Okay. He doesn't do social media, but he came for this. That's awesome.
Right.
But I got his report because of what I said. And he was comfortable enough he didn't give me that day. He mailed it to me. I got it about 2 months afterwards. I kind of forgot about it, and then it came in the mail, and I was so excited. And I know the area that he saw both sightings, and it down in Indiana and Cambria County, Pennsylvania, and because I lived in Indiana County for years, but I was through that area where he had the sightings in Cambria, which is a neighboring county. But it's like, yeah, that's a very squatchy area,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's in the Laurel Highlands, so yeah, it's very squatchy.
So yeah, you've gathered a lot of reports. I mean, I know you interview a lot of people and talk to a
Yes.
lot of people, but
Yes.
so yeah, a lot of the reports that you gather. Have you had the opportunity to go there and investigate any of these?
Yes. Yes. And actually, we're going on one Sunday. Again, this past Monday, my birthday. We had it's okay. Let me back up 2 steps. The Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, and I'm a co-executive director now there. We made up county chapters because that group has became 17,500 people. Not all from Pennsylvania. They're from all over the world, actually. But the majority of them from PA. So we start getting county chapters. Well, poor Mary, she was getting into so much that she was getting 12 to 16 hours a day trying to handle everything. And so she went to Bob Walls and me and asked if we're willing to step up and basically help run the group. And I said, sure, I'm down for it. I'll help. Because I was mainly her number one investigator at the time. And I had the Mercer Lawrence County chapter as a chapter lead. Well, next thing you know, she has this big title, co-exec regional director. So I got a big title now.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. My head's swelling until I realized there was like hard work pays off with more hard work.
Right. Absolutely.
But I'm very thankful she has the faith in us to help run the group and everything. And what Bob and I did, we broke it down into regional team leaders over to chapter leaders. So people have other ones to fall back on instead of just us. Because 17,500 people and you're getting swarmed with everything. It gets kind of hectic. And I can understand why Mary needed to back off and try to concentrate on her personal life too. She's writing a book, and she never had time for anything. And I understand that, and I thrive on extra work, I guess. But I seen there's a question there.
Yeah, I was going to get to that when we had a second there. Yeah, that was from Melissa Lester. She's asking, let me pull it back up for you. She's asking, what can you tell us what turned you into a Bigfoot believer or a believer of Bigfoot? Yeah.
It's going way back now. I'm telling my age because I remember when it came out, the P&G film.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I was a little kid. And I always believed since then. And what got me really studying hard, it's been about 3-4 years now, I'm going to say. Like I said, I'm an outdoorsman. I was always out in the woods. And I started noticing these different tree structures. And I'm saying, wait a minute. I noticed that's even down in Florida. I was down in West Virginia. Down in my home county of Mercer County. And I'm in Indiana County at the time. I'm like, I got to start researching this. And I kept coming back to different Bigfoot stuff. So I start researching Bigfoot more and more. I joined the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Research or Sasquatch Research, Pennsylvania Sasquatch Research. Now I joined the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project. And I got in, knowing Mary pretty good. She had me going out on doing some research with her and that. And and believe me, she has so much in the file section of the about what to look for in the woods, why cameras always look fuzzy when you take a picture. You know, just common sense stuff too.
Oh yeah.
So it comes down to, I said, I got to see one. I believe I got to see one. And she says, you got to go to Salt Fork State Park in Ohio. Well, yeah, right. I ain't going there. You know, everybody and their brother goes to Salt Fork.
Right. Yeah. At least it seems that way anyway.
Yeah. And I'm like, I ain't going. The hell with that. I ain't doing this. You know. Well, Jack Warren invited me to the So Speak camp out at the group camp area. Man, I want to go meet Jack. I'm going to do this. I called Mary up and said, Jack invited me to go to the So Speak camp out. I'm going to go. Oh, I'm going too. Save me a spot. Hi, Sherry. So we get there. It's a Thursday. I figure I'm going to get there early. I'll pick my own spot. I'll be ahead of Jack. I get there, Jack's there. It's like, well, I'm not ahead of him. So we got to meet, we'd be asking all that, and people start coming in. And another one from our group, Mary gets there. Debbie Preggy shows up. Now, Mary and Debbie already met Mike Bennett, and he comes and he goes, let's go out looking. So we're riding with Mike in his truck all around, me and Debbie and him. We get back to the camp area and he says, let's go down the Buckeye Trail, see what we can see. It's just getting dark. And Debbie had a cheap night vision scope, and they're using that as we go in about 90 paces, stop, listen, check things out, start having some nuts tossed to us on the left side. We turned around, go up another 90 paces, and she's still using the scope and getting hers because we're still getting some nuts tossed at us. I'm like, they could have been coming out of a tree, but the tree ain't right over us, so I don't know. Well, then we stepped up a little bit more, and Deb says, I'm getting too scared. I don't want to go any farther. And I said, give me your scope. I'll go down. And if it's okay, I'll call you in. I go up about 90 paces. I kneel down on one knee. I start scoping out. I'm looking through my left eye. Out of the right corner of my eye, I saw a little movement. I turned and looked. 15 feet off the trail, beside a tree, was one leaning in looking at me.
Oh, wow.
That's not what I said. Believe me, that's not what I said.
I can imagine.
Wow. And I'm looking at it, but I wouldn't look in the eyes. I was afraid to look in the eyes because you don't stare down a predator. And I'm thinking, I'm dead. I'm just dead. And I stood up and I start running backwards. It stood up and I see how tall it was against that tree and how wide it really was. And seeing the muscle tone, I got scared. I don't get scared of nothing. You know, I'll go toward danger. I don't care. So I ended up with PTSD over this sighting because I got scared. But that's further in the story.
Real quick, I want to interrupt real quick. When this was taking place, how far were the others that were there with you from?
Probably about 100 feet at the most.
Okay.
100, 150, maybe 150 feet.
Okay.
And let me tell you, this old man can run backwards without falling down. Because I watched that baby as I'm going backwards because I was afraid it's coming out at me. And as I was getting back close, since it was getting dark, all I could think of was lights, lights, lights.
Right.
And I'm shouting it, right? And I get back to it was there. And Mike looks at me and says, "Yeah, I know. I saw Bigfoot's ass."
What?
I went, "What?" He said, "Yeah, it was going down over the hill. I saw it." But I didn't see his
Wow.
face or anything. I went, "Oh my God, okay." You know, that kind of just blew me out of the water with that statement. It's like, what? But then we head back up to the camp and went right over by Mary where she was at her truck, and we was telling her about it. And she tells everyone, she says, Bill was scared. The look in his face, his action, the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely.
That's true, Melissa. That's true. And
Yeah.
but what got me is it was that close, and the size of it, which the next day we went down, a group of us, and measured up on that tree. It was around 7 foot tall, good 4 foot wide. Arnold Schwarzenegger had been impressed with the muscles on this thing.
Wow.
So what keeps going through my mind is why am I alive? It was that close. He could have snagged me and killed me.
Yeah, you were close.
Yeah, and we come down to calling it count and coup. That's a game they like to play, see how close they can get to someone without them noticing. I think that sucker won the battle that time. Because the one that was down over on the left side, tossing the nuts, wasn't that close. So, like I said, that put me in some PTSD for a few weeks. You know, I had different ones trying to talk to me, trying to, let me know I'm not the only one that's seen one. I got a phone call from a gentleman called Kumbo, and he goes, I was talking to Mary Fabian, and she gave me your phone number, and she told me about your sighting, and you're having a hard time dealing with it. I said, a little, I'm definitely did not want to say, yeah, I'm all upset. Yeah, macho man bull. But the thing is that he made a lot of sense when he was talking to me and told me, he goes, you're human. You're not Superman. You're going to get scared. I've never got scared like that in my life till then. That was August of 21.
Oh, wow. So that's not that far off.
No. And
wow.
I still got a hard time dealing with it at times. It was my buddy Albert. Yep. Yeah, he kind of told me his story too. And, and I still got a hard time dealing that I'm human, not superhuman. And no, it's not. But Dan and I both got a good friend that I know can help us through it. Am I right, Dan?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. Ron Howe.
Yeah. As far as I know, I think he's coming up to your event, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, he
very
is.
good.
He's doing me a favor.
Ah,
He's going to do something for me. And I'm glad he is.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. He's actually my event MC in June here in
Right.
Virginia. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
if everything goes right, my wife and I will be there.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, we will be down for that. Then the following weekend, I'm speaking at another one.
Wow.
but I'm coming down to hang out at yours like you're coming to hang out at mine.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
hey,
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
but folks, when he comes up to mine, it's his birthday, so I'm going to have video of how drunk we get him.
Oh my goodness. I don't drink as much as I used to, but when I do, it don't take much for me. Trust me. That's how long it's been.
Brother, let me tell you, I used to laugh at those two drink drunks. Now I get to laugh at myself.
Right? Yeah, if you don't do it as
man.
much as you used to, yeah, it don't take much. So
I've had no alcohol in several years, so I'm probably going to be laughing at myself one drink. But
yeah.
But I just found something out tonight, and during my podcast earlier, a friend of mine had a sighting this past fall, and it was running beside his dump truck.
Oh my!
And I didn't know nothing about it. He started listening to my podcast and posted on it, like everyone does on the side, the comment on it. And it's like, are you serious? And so I'll be getting back with him. Because I want to get down to that area and check it out. Because it was running right beside his truck. I got to check this out.
Wow. So are you from, so you know of the general area where this took place. Have you been in that area or researched near there before?
No, but I got some people down in that area.
Okay.
I don't know. So I'll have them come in and help me. My main research area is a couple spots here up in Mercer County. And then we got my down in West Winfield and Armstrong County.
Okay. Very cool.
I hope to meet you too, Melissa. If everything goes right, my wife and I will be down there.
Yeah, as she said, her husband's got to be at work at 3:00 in the morning. He's got donuts to make in the morning.
Time to make the donut. I'm going like her husband. I'm a donut fanatic.
Well, when I went up to Pennsylvania a couple of weeks ago to go up with Gwendolyn, and because I stayed with Gwendolyn and her husband, and
Right.
Before I left out of the town, I stopped at the Krispy Kreme donuts where both Melissa and her husband David works, and of course David hooked me up with a couple. Well, it was supposed to be a couple dozen. I didn't know that, but yeah, I ended up getting a dozen, and he it was on the house. I was like, what? I said, hey, it was so. It was a treat from David, which was awesome, But later on, he's like, how much? He's told me it was supposed to be a couple dozen. That guy at the register, I guess, didn't listen or something. But yeah, but it was awesome.
That'd been a sugar high ride home.
Yeah, well, I think I had one or two, but I have to be careful with it because I'm diabetic. So
Yeah.
I mean, so absolutely. Melissa said he's gonna get mad at me, Daniel. That's because talking about the donuts. I joke with him because he wears an apron when he goes to work. He's kind of embarrassed of it. Yeah.
I used to run the bakery at a Walmart Supercenter.
Oh, okay.
And whenever our donut maker got sick and ended up in the hospital, our baker moved over to do the donuts, and another girl moved over to do the bacon. But when our baker had to have her day off, I had to make the donuts.
Oh.
So driving to work, all I can think of is that little bald-headed man going, "Time to make the donuts."
Yeah, I remember those
So,
commercials.
oh man. So yeah, I know how it is. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh man. So now with that being said, you shared that one story there. Now you've had other experiences since then, haven't you? Or actually,
Some,
maybe yeah. Now
some,
because
I,
Bigfoot's not the only thing you've been experienced. I mean, you cover other areas that you've
yes,
experienced too, right?
yes, ghosts, UFOs, dogman, but I haven't had the chance to do any real dogman investigation yet. But
Yeah,
I'm ready to.
right.
Uh, hey, that
Hmm.
sounds like my old home. I hear the train.
Oh wow! I'm surprised you could hear that. Yeah, it's
Ah,
actually the train tracks way behind here, but yeah, yeah,
yeah. uh,
yep.
but I was supposed to go do an investigation a little over a week ago, but
Hmm.
the person's grandmother she passed away now, but so I couldn't go to do the investigation. Um, but there's a possible Bigfoot, possible Dogman. Not totally sure. And so I didn't get there to do it. We're making plans to go soon. Um, Sunday, I'm going on another Bigfoot investigation. Monday, I was on a ghost investigation, and the poor girl, she wasn't able to sleep. That the haunting in her house was driving her crazy.
Hmm.
So I got Ghost Chick Angel to come. She drove a little over 2 hours away to come help take care of the situation there. I met Angel at the house there. I got there a little bit later because I was working. Even though I'm retired, I was still working. What a dummy! But but we I got there. They already did a thing in the one master bedroom, and they come out of there. They were in the living room. We end up going down in the basement, and to find out it was the grandfather and the grandmother, both uh, having her try to find things that going to save the farm, basically. And let me regress just a little bit. The night before, they had this other ghost person there, and I'm going to say it like it is a fraud.
Hmm.
Charged her $75 for nothing. But anyhow, now back to the story.
So wait, I got to interrupt you. I want to make sure I understood that right because I was listening. This guy charged this lady $75 to go investigate.
Yes,
Okay. Wow.
you heard it right.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Who
Uh,
charges people to go investigate? I don't do
uh,
that.
I don't. And now let's be real. We're in here to learn and help
Exactly.
and understand.
Yeah.
Why are we going to charge to go to school? We got to pay to go to school. All right, let's be real. And so I'm very upset about that. And I'm confronting that person personally. Because
Wow.
that person make the rest of these investigators, even though it's supposed to be a ghost hunter, no, you're not. You're a fraud. And I'm going to call you
Wow.
out on it.
This,
But Angel ended up communicating stuff to this girl, saying the ghost speaking through Angel to that, and Angel's throwing stuff at her that, oh my God, that's my grandmother. Oh my God, that's exactly what my grandfather would say. That night is the first night Angel met them. And was getting answers. And, that girl's been able to sleep at night now. And they've been finding things because of Angel relaying through her. Now I use Angel for all my ghost hunts. I got people that I deal with on different levels. Bigfoot is my main interest. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
But there's so much more to this world. I should have started this research years ago, but we got so much going on in this world. Like I'm studying vibrations now, how vibrations work and how everything got vibration.
Right.
I'm studying that. I just opened my mind up to so much since my sighting. Like I said, I always believed till my sighting. Now I'm a knower, but it ended up 1,000 more questions popped up.
Oh, and more are going to keep coming. Yeah.
As soon as I start figuring something out, there's another 100 questions coming at it. It just, it's amazing. And I'm going to do my damnedest to the day I die to figure this out. We got so much going on in this world and we had this discussion on my last podcast about the closed-mindedness of the people. You got to keep your eyes open, keep your mind open, and don't close off on any of the possibilities. You might not have to believe it, but keep your mind open to it.
Right.
I did get kind of mean, you can say, to one guy about Bigfoot jumping through portals. I ain't saying I don't believe it. I don't know. But when someone comes off and tells me that's exactly what they do, no ifs, ands, buts about it, my next question to him, have you seen that happen?
Exactly. That's what I tell people.
Well,
I more or less say, like, for example, if you don't mind me interrupting.
Go ahead.
Like a couple of the recent podcasts I've been on where I've been interviewed, I've been on a couple really great podcasts, and the hosts themselves, they come from that side of the fence, if you want to put it that way,
Okay.
where so that they're more into what we, or as a lot of us know as or refer to all that terminology as the woo.
Whoa.
Right. And so they asked me about these questions about my input or my take on this, or do I believe this, or have I ever experienced such as what a lot of them describe. And I have to tell them, I was like, well, look, I said, I tend not to believe in that, but I can't rule it out because I have never experienced it. But at the same time, these very same people that are saying and believing in this, they believe in something they never experienced. So where's the concrete evidence? So, but that's the way I throw it out at them. I mean, they want to believe in something because they can't believe or explain something that has simple logic. So they got to come up with an imagination. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly. I'll never roll out the woo. Okay. I won't do that.
Right.
I might not agree with it at times, but I won't roll it out. And with that certain gentleman, he was so insistent, I basically called him an ass.
Right.
And I try not to do that. Seriously. I try to keep an open mind, but that guy got me so upset. And where we was at, the gentleman that was hosting the thing that we were having there kind of sat back, went, whoa. And he knows me. He knows I don't do that. And he went, whoa, okay. And he's listening. I says, when you can tell me you actually saw a portal, you actually saw a Bigfoot jump through a portal or jump out of a portal, then you tell me about it. Other than that, you're an ass. Oh, yeah. I don't do that. I try not to. I try to keep an open mind, keep everything even killed. But the way he come across with it, he really upset me. And I hate doing that. I really do.
Right.
But
I was very outspoken and blunt, in my early days being involved with a lot of this. And because it's just, I've never heard of such a thing. It was like we were just saying, there's no evidence of it. I mean, and the thing is, I had to humble myself. I mean, it took me a long time to do that, but I had to humble myself. And even still, it's hard to I have to bite my tongue. I have to try anyway.
Yes.
There's things, but I've learned to speak around it. I learned to speak in a way to where I'll be honest with people, but I try my best to put it in a pleasant way without them getting upset or offended, but
I see where you offended one lady and she was making comments and I just blew it off because you know what? you can't make everybody happy. I don't care.
Right.
Either you like me or you don't like me. But if you want to start badmouthing me, I'll badmouth you back.
Right.
Yeah, but I'd rather not. I've turned my cheek and walked away a lot of times. But if you're going to get downright vicious, I'll get vicious right back. And I actually told a couple friends off because they started harassing me about my belief in Bigfoot. And this before I even seen one. And I got right in their faces about it. I said, I don't tell you to believe in anything. Don't try to change my mind because I do believe in it. And that's plain and simple. If you don't believe in it, I'm not going to try to change your mind.
Right.
Your mind's set. You're closed-minded about it. Once you open up your mind to the reality, there's different things in this world we don't understand or really know about, then you're going to stay closed-minded the rest of your life.
Absolutely. And just like Melissa just said right there.
Yes.
There are always people that want to discredit you and your beliefs. So
that's right.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer. Either you like me or you don't like me. And I can't change that. I'm just going to be me. I get outspoken at times. I get, sometimes I get introvert. Not too often, my wife says. She says I'm kind of a people person.
Right.
But the thing is, I see these posts comes up every now and then, different Bigfoot groups, as you're sitting there and everyone's talking and you're biting your lip and waiting. About 20 minutes go by and say, so do you believe in Bigfoot? That's me. That is me.
Right.
I do that. Because I guess Bigfoot's brought this out in me where I don't know, where I gotta find everything out now.
Yeah.
I was always inquisitive, but now I gotta know more. And like I was told tonight, my new enthusiasm for it. I guess it is. I guess I do have the enthusiasm to find out. It gave me more of a purpose.
Oh yeah.
So, we really enjoy getting out there anyhow in the woods. Even if I don't find anything that might relate to Bigfoot, I'm out in nature.
Right.
I get in the woods, man. That's my happy place.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's a peaceful place where you could be.
Yep.
Have a peaceful state of mind.
Oh my God, I get so relaxed out in the woods. I really do.
Oh yeah.
My wife loves going camping with me. I'm so relaxed. Tell her to sit back. I'm doing the cooking on the fire and stuff like that. You know, it's just I just enjoying it. That's my happy place. And now that I get to research Bigfoot in my happy place, I love it.
There you go. Absolutely.
Hey, Dave Lester can't wait until May for camping.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of them. The outings I'm hosting here this year.
Well, wait a minute. I feel insulted because he's waiting till May. I'm having a camp out April 20th through the 23rd. It's $5 a person per night. That's all it's going to cost you to come camping. I'm not the BFRO charge you $1,000 to come camping.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, did I? Oh, yes, I did.
They've actually, they've gone up on their. They used to be between $300 to $500, but I heard they've gone up. So. Oh, that's actually Melissa. She said she actually typed in on her husband's.
So, shame. But no, seriously. My camp out, Melissa, is April 20th through the 23rd. $5 a night. Bring your own food, though. I'm not feeding you for $5 a night. No.
Right.
But no. Actually, what it is at Salt Fork Group Camp area on Parker Road. And I'm hosting it through the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project. We invite everybody to come. The only thing I ask is you leave your ego at home.
Right.
You know, we're there to socialize, learn from each other, you know, through your experience. If you don't even have an experience, and I got experienced researchers that come, and if you want to go out researching there, I'll put you with an experienced researcher. You know, it's all about learning about nature, getting out there, learning about Bigfoot. And I see Julie McQuaid speaking. Can't wait for April. She is so ready. This young lady, she joined the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, and she got a hold of me asking if she could help somehow, since her county don't have a chapter there yet, which was Somerset County, which is in the mountains. Let me tell you. It's beautiful there.
I spent 2 months not far from there several years ago over in Shellsburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yep.
She said she can be temporary chapter lead. A day later, after I told her she could, a day later, she messaged me and says, no, she thought about it. She don't want temporary. She wants the position. And she is doing everything she can as a chapter lead. I wish some of our other chapter leads take notice. She is awesome. You know, and I'm glad she's coming to our camp out. And like I talked to my partner in crime, Bob Walls, the other co-executive director. I'm probably going to break down during this camp out and go out on a small investigation. I'm going to take her and a couple of the other inexperienced researchers with me and show them how to actually research an area.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, interesting thing about Somerset County, it was probably almost a year after I came back to Virginia. Because like I said, I was up there for like 2 months, but almost a year later, there was a report from an old gentleman in Somerset that claimed to have a Bigfoot. It was a tall, I forget the exact details, but it was dark, like black, and it was large. It came running through his property. The police came and did a report, and I don't know how much of an investigation they did, The guy claimed it was a Bigfoot, but in the report they wrote it off as a bear.
Bear.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I got to tell you this one. Now, I heard this story twice, third-handed, and then finally got it first-handed from an eyewitness. And on Route 376, between just inside the Lawrence County line, coming from the Mercer County line, and the lady was just coming home with her daughter early evening, and she's in the passing lane. She looks to the side on the medium berm, and there was a Bigfoot that was hit, that was laying there.
Oh, wow.
And her daughter looked at her and says, "Was that a Bigfoot?" And she said, "Yes." And she thought about going back. And Julie says she heard about the same report.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
she was too scared to go back in case he was still alive. She had her daughter and that. She described it to the T to us. And you couldn't believe how excited I was to hear it firsthand after hearing it twice third-handed. The very next day, in the news, it said bear was hit. I'm sorry. And no bear got big feet like that. They got paws.
Right.
We had some not too big of black bears in Mercer, Lawrence County. They're not that big. Not like up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, like Jolie's area, there's a small area called Stoystown right outside of Somerset. My great aunt and great uncle owned property there. And they were on the outs with the son, the only son, and that. And my aunt told me, since I kept going out there helping them, which was a 2.5 hour drive from Sharon, when I drove, 3 hours for everyone else. I always drove out, do things for them, get things done. And they said they're going to leave me the property. I'm kicking myself in my ass now because I talked him out of it and said, leave it with David, and he deserves it. You know, he is your only son. And I says, sure, you guys are mad at him right now, but you'll get over it. Well, they end up both dying, and he sold the property. That was such beautiful. In the mountain, it was beautiful. I could still have that property right now, be there, and I would be. It's beautiful, beautiful country up there.
Man.
But you know, that's part of life. I should have kept my big mouth shut. But yeah, it was beautiful there, and I'm really upset that he sold it right away. I actually cussed him out for it, but it is what it is. You know, we lived in Indiana County, there in the Laurel Highlands, right near Penview Mountain. Dairy Ridge is a very active area, right there. Robson Ridge, they just had a report there. We're going to try to get a follow-up on it. And they told the person to get a hold of me, and I know who that person is. But from living down there at the time. So if they get a hold of me, that's going to be awesome. I really want to find out more because they said they saw it on their property.
Right.
Which is very wooded area right there. but that I'm very fortunate that I'm in the position I am, that I'm able to follow up on these reports, and that's what we're working on.
Awesome. Let me go back here and check something. Okay. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to keep a watch on the comments. Heather Roberts says, I had gone into the woods that I live across from, and I was curious, so I decided to check it out. And as I was walking, I seen a glyph, 2 logs put into an axe. Oh, that's interesting.
They were put into an axe. That would be interesting.
Oh, maybe she means X.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking. It might be a typo. I think she's put into an X, which that would make sense because I have come across a lot of interesting things like that.
That's the thing, X's, the horizons, the arches. Some people call them horizons, some call them arches.
Right.
The TP structures, most of them can be debunked.
Right, absolutely.
I ain't saying they all can be, but most of them can. I would enjoy debunking more, which I have debunked a lot of them. Like when we went up to investigate, went up in Indiana County here a little while back, not a month or two back. There was I had 3 new researchers with me. And I said, since you guys really haven't done research this way, just listen what I got to say. I'll show you things and have you check it out so you can understand. We come up to a tree break. And it's a twist break. And it's bent over. And I'm describing it to them. And I says, make sure you check it out, see if it's weather related, animal related, natural, whatever. But please don't tell me it's a Bigfoot.
Right, exactly.
And they're looking at, and they go, we're not sure. I says, well, look up. It might have been weather related but they got these bigger trees around it. Why didn't some stuff come off these bigger trees? I go, there's no rot. And this is fresh. Everything's still green. So it's not a winter load that broke it. So what do you think? They go, oh, Bigfoot. I said, nope. Possibly Bigfoot. Like I said, don't say it's Bigfoot. You didn't see it. They go, oh, okay. We come up to this next tree break. I had them check it all out. I said, study it good. Tell me what you see. And tell me what you think. They said, well, it's not weather. It's not natural, I don't think. It looks like it was twisted and broke off by a hand. We're going to say possible. I went, nope, you're totally wrong. They look at me kind of funny and says, take a closer look at the break. They looked in, they saw it was rotted in the middle.
There you go.
So I said, see, you got to look hard.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, like I try to explain to people, especially if it's somewhat of a heavier tree, depending on where they break, a lot of times from the weight and the momentum of that fall when it's breaking, it's gonna twist. It's going to have a spiral, end up forming a spiral. Another fun fact when it comes to a lot of species of trees, a lot of people don't realize this. You can't see what's on the inside because a lot of the fibers of the tree grow in a spiral formation.
Very much so.
Right. So when they break, it's definitely going to be it's going to have the twist appearance. So there's been some instances, where if I see something that looks like it's been twisted like a corkscrew, then we might be considering something else, maybe. So,
well, I did find a couple twist breaks that you can kind of tell there was a big hand holding on to it.
Right. And bears don't have hands. They don't have thumbs like either us or Bigfoot, because primates are the only species that have an opposable thumb to grip. Maybe a raccoon, but a raccoon don't have the strength to do.
No, not at all. But okay, you're saying opposable thumb. What are humans?
Well, according to science, we're human primates.
Exactly.
Yep. You have human primates and non-human primates. And both species of primates have dermal ridges, have opposable thumbs. So, So, absolutely.
All right. I like what Melissa's saying about the TP structure.
Right.
A lot of them look similar. But one key way of looking at it and studying it, try to recognize what type of wood is all in that TP structure.
Right.
And look at the trees around it. Could it possibly be from a tree around it or not? You can tell the type of wood it is, or the bark on it, that whatever. Now, I was going through this large pine area and my one research area, and we came across this elm branch, limb. It wasn't a branch, it was a limb. It was about 10 foot long, right in the middle of the pines. I'm looking around, there's no pine trees or elm trees in this pine. And it's like, how the hell did it get there? I ain't saying Bigfoot did it. No, I will never say that because I didn't see him do it.
Right.
But how in the hell did it get there? I don't know. Were they freestanding teepees, Melissa? Or were they teepees against trees? I like how she thought.
Yeah. And then she goes on to mention where.
Yeah, I see that.
And I know this location because I had found things in that area. I know this area.
Okay.
I was actually introduced to the area by a older gentleman I used to work with, and him and his wife actually had something, possibly a Bigfoot, shake their camper or like slap bang real hard up against it. It happened twice in one night. It started at 2:00 in the morning. Yeah, he ran out with his pistol and a flashlight. Didn't see nothing around. Went back inside his camper. About maybe 5 minutes later, boom! It happened again.
It was playing with him.
And here's a fun thing too. When I went to go camp there, I didn't know the spot he was camping in, but I went there with me and a buddy of mine and his son, and I was exploring and searching out the area. We ended up finding very clear track impressions behind our campsite that was coming from the creek, coming up through because this part of the area where we were camped at, there was some bushes and it drops down to a nice wide creek. But when we found these track impressions, I used plaster. I sprinkled cast out so they would show up in the picture. And I did a couple measurements on the stride. When I explained to him exactly where we were, he said that's where he was camped at. They were in a camper. We were tent camping. But yeah, that's where his camper got like bang, shook or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, besides those track impressions, I mean, we found dead deer remains that the bones were snapped and twisted. It's been very rare. I mean, I found other things, but that was more intriguing to me. You know, the track impressions and the mutilated deer, twisted bones, or twisted limbs and snapped bones.
Do you know Larry Batson?
Oh yeah, Larry Batson, the animal guy. Yeah, I've had him on a podcast a long time ago. Oh, is that his sketching of his site? What he saw?
No, not what he saw.
Oh, what you saw?
That's very similar.
Wow,
it's not right on. It's very similar.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. It's very similar. It's not right on. I'll say that.
Yeah.
She really thinks they were freestanding. Okay. Well, no, I would not say those ones were left by Indians because the wood would have rotted away.
Yeah, they would have been. Yeah.
Yeah. That hunters could have done it, even though it's kind of illegal. Well, it is in Pennsylvania, but I don't know about Virginia.
Heather has an interesting question.
You got zapped. Infrasound.
Now, speaking of infrasound, do you believe that there's, I mean, because I've heard stories from people that claim to have experienced such a thing. A lot of them describe a lot of similarities, but then again, sometimes, in some cases, they can be a little bit less mild, or just different things altogether. I mean, what's your take on
that? I got hit twice with it.
Okay.
All right. Yes, it's for real. Yeah. The first time I was so disoriented. Now, this is down in Indiana County near Blairsville, PA, between Blairsville and a little town called Armal, right near Robson Ridge. We up at Bear Cave. It was bear season. I was going bear hunting. And I was headed south toward, because I'm up on top of the mountain, I'm headed south to head down over a little ways. Because about a mile down is the railroad tracks and the Conemaugh River. And next thing I know, I don't know where I'm at. I'm totally confused, disoriented, don't know where I'm at. I don't recognize nothing. And I've hunted up there several times, so I should know the area. This other hunter was walking up, and I go, "Can you tell me where Bear Cave Cabin's at?" He says, "How about 3/4 mile that way?"
Yeah.
I went west. I don't know how I got there. Totally disoriented. I walked back up the Bear Cave, got in my vehicle. I went home. That's it. I'm done. I'm weak. I'm disoriented. I'm done.
Well, now she goes on to mention something else here, which is interesting because I've heard of this happening to other people. Is that also a type of being zapped? Because she said she felt like her energy was completely drained out of her.
Here's the second one, which happened See, that happened back in 99, 2000 up at Bear Cave. So I didn't really understand. I thought I just got lost, even though I lost time and where I was at. I just couldn't figure it out. 2 years ago on this farm, we're doing an investigation. Me and Debbie Preddy. As we're headed in, we're split up a little bit. She's maybe 50 feet to the right of me, and a little ahead. All of a sudden, all my energy got kicked out of me. I got very lightheaded. I had to sit down. I was feeling nauseated. And Debbie goes, "What's wrong?" I says, "I don't know what's wrong with me." And I'm explaining everything to her. And she calls Mary Fabian right away. Says, "I don't know what's going on with Bill, but I've never seen him like this." And she's describing. Mary says, "You both get the hell out of there. He just got hit with infrasound." Well, okay, let me go check this out now. I had Googled it. Now I'm studying it. And to find out, I probably did get hit with infrasound both times. It does affect you both ways. And I believe the first time I was walking in and it knew I was hunting and it wanted to chase me out of that area and got me out of there. The second time, I think it wanted me out of there because of Debbie. Because she didn't get hit, just me. That's my theory. I don't know how.
That would almost make sense. Maybe, perhaps, if she was a female, she was more welcome. Yeah.
And not as threatening.
Right, exactly. And that's something I kind of been picking up on certain things, not just with experiences in my past having females out in the woods, because I've received a lot of activity having a female present with me.
Yes, you get more. You get more.
Right. So, let me ask you this: like, how far off? Like, if Bigfoot is putting off this infrasound, how far off do you think they are for you to feel that? Do you think they're close?
I would imagine they are. I would imagine they are. Now, the first time I was not looking for Bigfoot. I'm carrying a rifle. I don't think it was that far off, but how could he make me go 3/4 of a mile the other way?
Right.
Unless it was, I don't know. I just don't know.
I mean, perhaps whatever he or she did to you was enough to last long enough, or unless they were following you.
Right. And that's possible because I lost everything. I don't remember walking there. I don't know if I actually tripped over anything, nothing. Hello, Mike. And Melissa, exactly what infrasound is. Like a telepathic thing. Elephants do it. Lions do it. Most your big cats can do it. It's to help stun the prey so they can get to them. Basically what it does. You can look it up on the internet and study it. That's what
there's also some smaller primates have been known to use it, but they use it more. Yeah, they've used it with more of a vocalization tone. The locate. Yeah.
Wasn't that the chimpanzees that did that?
Actually, no. It's one of the gibbons. It's one of the smaller of the primates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking it was the chimps. Because I remember reading about that.
Now, chimps and chimpanzees and stuff, they will do long vocalizations. They practice vocalizations and screams part of for many reasons, but one of them is actually to contact or try to make contact or communicate with a group if there's a group of them are out hunting or feeding somewhere. That's something
Right.
that's practiced among them. So yeah.
Yes. It's just, and Melissa said, it sounds like it would cause nausea. It does. Disorientation. It did. Dizziness. It did. Yes. All that. Um, and believe me, it's not a good feeling. It's not at all. And so, and that's at an area that Debbie and I were investigating where the landowner was riding his little tractor across the field and or coming down the trail, and this Bigfoot crossed in front of him about 30 yards in front of him from the one part of the field into the woods. He drove his tractor right down to the house, got off, went in, and sat down in the chair. His wife looked down and said, "What is wrong?" And she described him as being pure white, shaky, and said, "I just saw a Bigfoot." She said, and I believed him for the way he looked. So,
Oh yeah.
but they don't want that people to know about it. Yeah, so we won't give out their names or the area it's at, but it's in Mercer County here. Brenda Sproul and myself, we were out in March of 21 at the Shenango Reservoir. The water level was way down. The winter level was way down. We walked in along the tree line, and there was we didn't see much of anything. We get up in the woods, we get up in this one pine grove area. I thought I saw movement. I don't know what it was. I said possibly a juvenile. Brenda said possibly black bear. It could have been. I didn't get a good enough look. I won't argue the fact that, it was this or this. I don't know. Turn around. We come out. Excuse me. And we're walking along the water line now instead of the wood line. We found a trackway that went for over 100 yards. I weigh 175 pounds. I'm walking beside these tracks. I'm not even making an indent. They were 14 and a quarter inches long, about 5 inches wide, and the spread from toe to heel was 4 feet to 5 feet as it was walking. My first time ever casting, and Brenda left there and ran to Walmart to get those kids' plaster kits that they can put their handprints in. She went and got one of them. And I mixed up my casting, put it in there. And said, yeah, I got my first cast, man. I'm all hyped, man. I'm just full of energy. And I'm pacing back and forth looking at this stuff. And I'm like, wow, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. I called my wife. I told her, we found a trackway here. What's a trackway? I had to explain it to her. And, I'm all pumped up. Brenda comes back. We mix up her plaster, get it in there. And I touched the top of mine. It's feeling a little dry. I said, all right, I'm going to take mine out. It just fell all apart. I took it out too soon. I couldn't wait. And I said, oh, man, Brenda, I screwed up. And she said, yeah, you did. I said, we're leaving yours overnight. I said, but I don't want no one to walk on it. So we took that Walmart bag, some sticks, put sticks in 4 corners there, stretched that bag out over it, and kept the bag up off of it. We went back the next afternoon. Me and her, we got it out real slow, turned it over. Nice size rock right in the middle of it.
Wow.
Brenda was so upset. She still has it, but
Right.
so upset.
But yeah, I've done that very same thing as far as finding a track and oh no, it starts raining while you're pouring the plaster, so you hurry up and get it poured. And if you're fortunate to have bags, which I try to keep a few of them with me for various reasons, but I happen to have one with me in my backpack, I was able to cover up that track, and the best I could, and come back later because and it would be good. It would be well set up and everything. So, but yeah, they're good to have for those kind of reasons for rain or whatnot. But so, absolutely,
Yeah. I learned my lesson. Be patient when it comes to casting.
Oh yeah,
I haven't found another one that was good enough to cast yet, though.
yeah. It's been a while.
And when I do, I'm going to be super excited, and I've got to keep telling myself to calm down and relax.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been a while since I've come across any, but when I'm out there, trust me, I'm always looking. If there's a good one around, I will find it. I mean, I find good impressions and stuff, but nothing promising. Nothing. Most of it lately, it's been inconclusive. But if I see something that displays a foot with toes, I will. If I have the plaster with me, yes, I'll
right.
plaster it. But I try to take the best pictures I can of them, on the most part. So,
well, we just found up in Albion, PA. One of my moderators for the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, Patty Fry. She spells it Frey. Well, her husband does, so she had to take it with him. She tried to tell him to change it, but he wouldn't listen. No, Patty's a sweetheart. I call her my hemorrhoid because we pick on each other. But she's been having some activity near her place. So our Erie County chapter came. I got to meet them firsthand that day. And 3 of them went to the north, and 3 of us went south in the woods and to make a big loop. And we come to the one creek, and it's a little gully to go down to it. The one guy, he walked down in there. I stayed up on top looking down over the bank. And Bob, the other guy, he's a little bit behind me. He's looking right in front. He says, "Hey, Bill, come here. Look at this." And I'm about 15 yards away from him. So I head back, and I look down. I went, "Oh, my God." 16-inch print. And none of us had casting. Couldn't cast it. But we took pictures. We took pictures. And with the tape measure, we measured that son of a bitch.
There you go. Yeah.
Now, poor Patty's a little more paranoid because 16 inches, that baby's probably about a 10-footer. It's probably about a 10-footer.
Yeah, 16 inches, that's pretty decent size.
Yeah. So that made her a little more nervous about, she used to like sitting outside at night. Now she's a fraidy cat, but she's getting braver. She is. She really is. She got a parabolic. She listens at night out the window.
Oh, nice.
She got a recorder, and she's having fun with us. Yeah. I see, Melissa, you've never been to Mercer County. Well, you're not missing much, but it is beautiful here.
Yeah. I believe I went through a part of Mercer County when I went up to Gwendolyn's a couple weeks ago.
No.
Yeah, I went up through a part of Harrisburg and the signs on the highway. No? Oh, okay. Because, I saw the signs for... line. Oh, Mercer County's up that way. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about something else she mentioned.
Yeah.
She said, oh, no, she was saying that she had family in Harrisburg. Yeah.
Franklin County. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through. That's where I went. That's
And
where I was
Hershey,
from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, we're right on the Ohio line. Actually, right here at my house, I can go on my back porch or even the front porch, take a stone, and I can hit Ohio.
nice.
We're 3 houses away from Ohio. And the way
You almost,
this town's starting to tax us to death, I'm about ready to move to Ohio.
oh my.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Our
Yeah.
our garbage bill just went up more than double because the the contract ran out and there's only one bidder, and so they got to take that bid, and it more than doubled what our garbage bill was.
Right. Absolutely.
So, and we got no choice in the matter. We're not even allowed to get another garbage company because we can, but we still got to pay this garbage company. I went,
Oh
how
yeah.
can that be possible? How can you make me pay someone that I'm not getting service from? But yeah,
right.
they're making us.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I'm starting to hate my state, even though I love the woods.
wow.
But yeah, that's part of life, I guess. But yeah, we do love the woods here. I love the area. We actually do got some pretty countryside here.
Right.
It's more rural, agricultural, you know. Hermitage is the largest third-class city in the state, and it's more rural than a city. And I'm being honest there, but they made themselves the third-class city. Sharon's a real small town. You got Mercer, it's very small. Sharpsville, Farrell, Wheatland, but then you got all the outskirts. It's woods and all that. Hell,
Nice.
Wheatland even had a Bigfoot that looked in a window that was over 8 feet off the ground.
Oh my.
And that a cop friend of mine took the report. And
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine. He's in law enforcement in another county on the east of the mountain, and yeah, he normally drives the night shift or works the night shift.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to get him. He hasn't been on Facebook in a while, and I'm trying to get in contact with him to see if he'll come on and talk. Because being a police officer, he actually had a sighting while on duty. So yeah.
I went to Luzerne, Lackawanna County, which is Eastern PA, their chapter meeting, their first inaugural chapter meeting. And a cop came to the meeting, and we're talking to him. And he goes, yeah, all my fellow officers call me the Bigfoot cop. And he's telling us just stuff. Harold, you're right. I'm 15 minutes from Youngstown, Ohio. Do I go to Youngstown? Hell no.
He goes to Oldstown. Nah, just joking.
Yeah. Yeah, Youngstown. No, I still go over there. Back in the 90s, it was murder capital of the country. Had more killings there than Chicago. In that 1 year, yeah. It was bad. They cleaned it up a lot. I go over to Eastwood Mall in Niles, Ohio. I go to Boardman, which is the upper end of Youngstown. But, of course, we go get our gas right up over the line. It's a lot cheaper.
Oh, okay.
It's like 75 cents cheaper in Ohio than it is PA. So
nice.
We get our gas over there. PH too expensive.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, we're getting ready to come to a close here. Yeah, there's a couple things I want to go over before we finish up. One more time, I do want to pull this back up here to remind everybody about your event coming up here very soon. Uh, and I know this little flyer is probably hard for them to see. I don't know. Maybe they can see it better. But as far as the location goes, it's happening in Hermitage, Pennsylvania at the Hickory VFW, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. March
Yeah.
25th. So, yeah, that's one thing I
Dan's
like
birthday.
to do. Yeah, that's right. My birthday. Yep. I'll be 25 years old. No.
See, this
So,
is my birthday to Dan. My birthday present right here.
there you
Come to my
go.
conference, hang out with us.
So if it wasn't my birthday, I wouldn't be allowed to come. So, not just your.
No, we charge them to show up. No.
So yeah, another Pennsylvania event that I want to throw out. This is not happening till June, but this particular event, I'll be speaking at this event here. It's happening in Marionville, Pennsylvania. Yeah, the Forest County Bigfoot Festival, June 9th, 10th, and 11th. Again, that's in Marionville, Pennsylvania. So that should be a fun event. So I'll be there. I mean, there's other events I don't have in here that I should, but some of these I may be showing them out of order. But this one here, happening in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the Smoky Mountain Terror event. You want information about that?
Whoa. Didn't I
What's
see
it?
something about that on my Facebook page that this bearded, ugly guy is going to be speaking there?
Oh, yeah. He's actually quite handsome.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is happening in September at the Evergreen Smoky Mountain Convention Center. Yeah, so they do have a Facebook event page. You could check that out. Or go to their website, SmokyMountainTerror.com. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And then later in the year, I need to change this out because the date on here is wrong. The South Carolina Bigfoot Festival in Westminster, South Carolina, it's actually October 13th and 14th. So, yeah, it's not the 14th. That was actually this last year's dates. But yeah, this year it's the 13th and 14th. So I wanted to make sure I threw that out there. So, and I tell you what, guys, sit tight. Before we end, I am going to go through what I started in the beginning. I'm going to go through some promos of the ECBRO Virginia Bigfoot Conference sponsors. And so, yeah, everyone that's watching, sit tight before we close out. So here we go.
The ECBRO Virginia Bigfoot Conference sponsors. Sponsored and promoted by Legit Paranormal.
And you know, for the record, the voices that you hear in that is my voice.
I could tell.
Yeah, I have fun with the app that's on my phone. I play around with apps and stuff, and yeah, so
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to promote one other event.
Absolutely.
Or actually, two other events. I'm going to be speaking at the Dayton Loop, a Bigfoot barbecue and UFO festival. The weekend after yours, at June 24th. We're going to be speaking there. It's a campground. they canceled it last year due to the death of the camp owner. But they brought it back this year. That started back up, and they're Mike and Tracy Hibbert. They were going to go to that, and when it got canceled, he says we need one here. So they started the Bigfoot Paranormal Expo that I got to speak at last year. Well, they're doing it again this year in August. I can't remember exact date. But another event I'm going to be at, but I'm not speaking. I'm going to be as a vendor at the Ohio Bigfoot Conference.
Okay.
I'm going to be there. Selling my wares a little bit and getting reports and see what's happening in the great state of Ohio.
Awesome.
other than Salt Fork itself. And when I said selling my wares, I got T-shirts I sell of the agents of the Unexplained. I got Kid Starter Research Backpack for Bigfooting.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I got that for the kids. Plus, I got, which everybody loves coffee to a certain point. I got the Agents of the Unexplained coffee. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. I got the coffee. But it's actually selling. It's selling better than my shirts.
Oh, wow.
So I guess people like coffee better than shirts. But yeah,
coffee's great. I love my coffee, but the shirts will last longer though. They should buy the shirts.
Yeah.
buy both. Buy both. Right? Yeah.
Buy the kid a backpack, but I still drink a lot of Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah, I do too. That and Coke Zero. So
what?
But Coke Zero.
What? They got something else other than Dr. Pepper?
Well, I drink Dr. Pepper Zero too, so.
No, okay. Okay.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Growing up, Dr. Pepper has always been my number one, to be honest with you. But, growing up as a young kid or as a teenager, Dr. Pepper and Doritos was my, weekend combo snack,
Well, my running story on that is that I drink Dr. Pepper and coffee.
Right.
Not so much coffee anymore. I used to drink at least 6-7 pots a day. But now I'm down to just a few cups. Yeah, but I live off of Dr. Pepper. I don't drink water. I won't drink water. Fish poop in it. And with that being said, but hey, I want to thank you for having me on here tonight, Dan. It was a pleasure.
Oh no, it was most definitely a pleasure, and thank you for coming on. And for the record, I know you'll be more than glad to come back because not every Friday night will be a guest talking. We do have open podcast discussions where we jump into different topics or subjects and discuss them and talk openly about them. So definitely would love to have you on for a roundtable discussion. Because I do have
starting those too. We're planning on doing it. I did kind of a screw up because my one guest was recorded and I lost the recording, so we had open discussion night. And
okay.
And man, did I get a lot of questions.
Nice.
One question was, do you sleep naked?
What?
I said, how's that Bigfoot or paranormal?
Yeah, I know. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, you'll get some crazy questions sometimes.
Yeah. They like to agitate me. But no, with all honesty, it's been a real pleasure, Dan. Happy to be here and do the round table. I'm willing.
Absolutely.
And remember, The Agents of the Unexplained podcast is every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Then you can watch mine, then come right here to the Bigfoot Zone.
There you go. Very good. Yeah, Bigfoot Zone, ECBRO. Like I said, we do go live now every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And thanks to Legit Paranormal, that's why I share that little promo intro. Legit Paranormal website, they actually feature our live shows on their website. And they have it set up to where, they have like a daily showing and a schedule for paranormal. A lot of it's paranormal they have on there, but they selected me to be their Bigfoot encrypted guy, so which was awesome. So yeah, if you want to check out legitparanormal.com, go to their website. If you like to watch paranormal podcasts, they have something scheduled daily, every day at different hours.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and they got me for the Friday night 9 o'clock hour on there. Although I'm set up on my YouTube channel here with StreamYard, which is awesome. But I have it set up to where I could do multi broadcasts. I could stream on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever else if I want to. But I like to focus on the YouTube channel for now. So because
I usually do my agents and page on Facebook, and I do my YouTube channel. So, folks, please go to my YouTube channel, subscribe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, everybody that participated tonight and interacted, asked questions, shared your, thoughts and opinions and so forth. Thank you so very much. We appreciate that, and we actually encourage that. So, and if you have not done so, like Bill said for his channel, we encourage you to subscribe. Because the good thing about when you subscribe to these channels, if you are under subscription, it's free. For some of you guys might be new. It's all free. And when we go live, you'll get the notification. So don't be left out. I mean, we share on Facebook the best we can and wherever we can to promote our upcoming podcast. But it's up to you to pay attention, people. So
and believe me, I share mine all the time, as heavy as possible. I share Dan's stuff a lot of times.
Absolutely.
Times. That's what it's all about, helping each other. And
my good friend,
you do a good work, bud. You do.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. Well, my good friend Jeremiah Fontaine, he's awesome. He's been sharing every time I post something. He's one of the few people that constantly share my stuff, which I really appreciate that, Right. And Donald Slovey, he shares a lot of my stuff. So those guys are very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Bill, for everything too. So, but ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of the night, and thank you guys again. And until next Friday, keep it squatchy, my friends. We are out.